Hello everyone and welcome. We are just a few minutes off the start of the Crashing Wave raid, which is the September raid, the first one featuring the Rampage hole. I'm going to be walking through a few of the different things in pretty brief detail, including the prizes, and then jumping into the things that you all want to see, which is, of course, the targets. So stick around and we'll find out a few of the things going on here, and what we can and can't learn initially here. To give you a little bit of foreshadowing, I'm expecting the high evade flagship to be really important, but we'll see how right I am on that one. Now, before I jump into it, I do want to show you all a builds document. This is linked in the description of all of my regular videos. I'll also see if I can't post it in chat here, and has a bunch of different things, including builds for the Rampage, which is what I'm using at least in the raid initially here. I do have one high evade flagship, and the others are normal ships. They are all up to U3. I do only have 4 of them, however, and I'm missing limited weapons and actually a few CICs on some of this stuff. That's a little bit of a disclaimer as we do get started here. I am running at about 100 combat speed, which I think will be important, but may change a little bit as we do get started in the raid. If you are watching this later as a replay, feel free to jump around to points where you find things and can go between here. Obviously, with the targets, the bread and butter is probably going to be the 100 and the 101. We may try the 500 and 600, which are both new targets as well, but the point payout is generally not worth it from these unless the impalers on that hand are really good. And of course, we do have some lower targets which are never really worth hitting. If you are running impalers, I would probably just auto the level 80 and ignore the level 400 and see how many of these things you can get done at once. And then dagger spines, good luck to anyone trying the raid with those. Now in terms of the prizes, we do have a few different things, including the Princeps Triari, which is the new flagship for the Triaris. And then we do have upgrades for those as well, which are down a little bit lower. We do have a PvP turret here, which has a 1 billion armor points, which is pretty high here. New corrosive base turret, in addition to a few other things. Invader plates, you probably don't need to get all 30 of these because that will cost you 60 million points, but it may be worth picking up whatever defenders are running. So something like the radioactive plates for the scattergun could be pretty useful here, depending on at least the analysis. I have to jump in and look at those numbers. We have at this point moved pretty far away from deflection. Some standard tokens, don't forget your upgrade kits for your flagship, as well as upgrade kits for the new flagship and the Triari, and a few different options as well here. By the way, try and get 250k points as quickly as possible in the raid. I'll show you that a little bit later. Alright, raid target should be out by now, and I'm just going to run out with my ships here and not include a crew if I can help it. You can see I'm missing the CSCs on most of these just because I got a little bit lazy with the Forsaken mission and do have the high evade flagship. So we're going to run with no crew and go hit a level 100 and see what happens with that. At least once they are spawning, it sometimes takes a few minutes for them to actually get out here. We have a 101, and these targets, the Makara's Breacher base, are sort of new. They're going back to the storyline, which you can determine how much you like that yourself. Alright, hey Ant-Man, hey Wim, we're going to see what we can get started here with the 100. Good luck in raid. I think I will probably need it. And once I jump into the target here, I'll go ahead and zoom out so you can see everything that's going on. Yes, a full fleet is recommended. I only have 4 ships because they are higher upgrade level and a lower actual build level. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So there are a few different turrets in this target. Some of them may have changed around slightly since VXP weekend. We do have some throwers that are here that the enemy turrets pop up and destroy pretty immediately. You'll notice that my ships have a few different range rings. Not actually sure what the red one is. It's probably to do with the flagship. which looks like it is. And then we do have the blue range, which is the special weapon that fires every 8 seconds. You can't modify that reload time. And then your standard normal range on the inside here. I do have the a mortar on the outside, which is why you see a minimum range right here. Now, a few different things in this target. We do have some friendly type things, which is the fuel silos right here. If you hit these and they explode, they'll do damage to everything else around them. It looks like you can kind of glitch it out and hover over the submerged turrets in the target and see what the ranges are going to be on those. Those will be some short range things. We do have some dumbfire cannons, which have a pretty high minimum range, and then a very, very short range thing right here. So to get started, let's see if we just can't click on that short range turret. Actually, let's ignore that completely and run into these first two inside their minimum range. Looks like I did not actually match combat speeds completely, which is a little disappointing here, not quite sure how that happened. Now, once these two ships are down, once those two turrets rather are down, let's go ahead and scout out the rest of the target. We have the short range turret, not worried about that one, and two more of them, not really worried about those. This is a launcher. It does have King Killer, which will mean that the evade on the flagship being much, much higher will be really important when I'm engaging that, as well as a dumbfire weapon right there. Let's see if we can't sneak inside and grab the short range one right here without getting hit too much by anything else. Move a little bit closer here, hopefully inside the minimum range of that thing, and hit the scattergun. Now that that's dead, we can move a little bit further on here. We're being shot at right here by the dumbfire weapon. Going to keep moving on the outside and get through there. Of course, right into the range of this radioactive turret, which I really, didn't do great on. Let's sneak in. Ships are ice skating a little bit here. Thanks, Kixeye. Move inside, grab the dumbfire turret, and go a little bit further. We are, again, in range of two of these longer turrets. Can grab those. And once that's dead, we're being shot at by a few things here. I'm just going to go ahead and move as close as possible forward, get inside the minimum range of those two targets, and then grab a few of these other turrets right here. And again, this is the 100, which is the auto target, so that's probably designed for auto. Now, as we get closer to the inside, we do have these firing arcs right here, which you want to stay out of, and then some minimum range ones here. So I think clicking in the very center right here and engaging the things that are actually going to hurt me, which are these launchers, should do the trick. And then if this dumbfire weapon keeps shooting at me, I'll stay moving so that it hits behind me right here. Well, I didn't actually need to do that because I was inside his minimum range. Not bad, not bad. And then there's a few things on the outside. We'll see if I actually need to kill this guy. Looks like he's an ally, so I don't need to. Oh well. Not the best run out there. Made a few mistakes. Did a few oopsie daisies. But, hey, can't be all that bad. 21 minutes, which is going to be just over instant repair. I'll go ahead and just repair that right here because I can, and give it another run, learning the things that we've had. You can try and look at some sort of improvement. But before you do that, you want to go to prizes, go to the whole store, scroll down to the very bottom of whole store, and redeem the Pitbull for 60k each. Because I put it in at 60k instead of 6 million, so I'm just going to get 3 of the new hull for extremely cheap. Don't say I never taught you anything fun, and who knows, it might not be a mistake. And I might as well get another flagship Rampage while I'm at it, because it's literally 60k. So hey, there we go. Let's hit another 101, see what happens with that. Alright, new technique here. Get inside the minimum range of these two just barely, and kill whatever I need to. As I get close to them, of course the other turrets up at the back here are going to pop up a little bit, which is a little bit unfortunate, but whatever. Now that these are popped up, I think we learned that the best path was actually in fact off to the left here, killing the short range turret before ducking inside to kill a few other things. Kill the short range turret, move closer, hopefully inside the minimum range of this dumbfire cannon. Right, now that that's dead, we have the adder turret right here, which is a little tricky to hit with the dumbfire weapon right there. dumbfire weapons, stay moving into the minimum range of all three of these. I can just stay moving here, duck down to the bottom corner, and sneak up through here. Not in anyone's range, they can't hurt me. Again, not quite the best run ever here. And then just straight into the middle of the target. And I think, yeah, we'll be in the range of all three of these, so we don't need to worry about any of it. Pretty quick target, less than 2 minutes to complete, not too bad. Maybe I just smash out a bunch of these on instant repair. Let's see if that was probably more damage somehow. You will notice the flagship is getting targeted a little bit more, less damage 16 minutes, because again of the King Killer mechanic and the flagship having more base armor. Armor is the important characteristic there, not really weight. Recall that, and I'll show you the build a little bit more closely here before we move on and hit the 101 target, which is another one of the new targets in the raid. My plan is to get my 5th ship here out relatively quickly so I can use that and get a few of these up to X1. 6 minutes of repair time, so not the best there. Just looking for my 5th ship. Alright, let's check out the 101, see what kind of damage that gets you. I'm expecting the entry angle to be important on this one. Okay, what do we have here? Now this target does bring in the newer additions, which are these pretty big guns right here. You want to try and avoid being hit by these. They are dumbfire. If you stay moving, you should do okay. But let's take out these 2 card turrets here, and to some people it might be worth just hitting the very outside of the target, killing those 2 things and retreating to get the 1,000 points or whatever this does give you. Now that those are dead, let's scout out the entry angle right here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to stay moving because we have a red turret here and a few other red turrets, so we actually are going to need to stay moving in here, which we'll just have to play that by ear. It looks like there are no safe zones in this whole target, so at least not initially. Oh no. Am I in a safe zone here? I think in the very bottom right corner I am safe, although not from the scattergun. I really wish the fire and arcs were on display by default. Okay, let's loop back to the side here. Now this turret is going to shoot at me, but as you can see, it hits behind me, its dumbfire does no damage. Okay, ballistic turret, dumbfire. I don't want to go inside his minimum range because otherwise I'll be in the minimum range of the outer turret right here, which does a lot more damage. As we're going up the outside, we have a few of these red turrets again. Stay moving. This one fired a little bit close to my range, so I don't love that. Probably actually did some damage to me. Move inside the minimum here. Okay, right here we should be safe. Now these fuel depots should be exploding and I should be able to do damage to things using them. Okay, here's a ton of damage. I'm going to try and clear out a path that I can start to move around a little bit in. Run away from here so both those shots just land right behind me. Yeah, so I need more combat speed, or at least to drive a little bit smarter in some ways here, because I'm getting hit by these red things. I'm towards the center of their range when they're firing at me, so they are doing some damage to me. At least they die pretty quickly when you are actually in range of them. I should be safe just moving to this point right here. Okay, for a first hit, that's not great. You can see the flagship took a ton of damage, which means I'm getting hit by a lot of things that have accuracy and are targeting the flagship. So a few things to be wary of with that. 23 minutes, not horrible here. We can probably do better with the second run. I'm going to take back what I said about the entry angle. I don't think it's going to end up being important. Alright, let's see what we have in the target the second time we hit it. It looked like killing these first two targets worked out pretty well. I could even go around back to hit a few of these things, I think. It is going to take some extra time, but I think if I can get by and these are not in fact blocked, this is going to make a lot of sense. Now I did just get hit by that guy for no reason. This particular turret wasn't really doing too much of damage at all to me. Suppose I could try and use the pierce mechanic here to have this blue shot kill that turret. You can see that the flagship should be the only one damaged right now because it has higher armor points and therefore the King Killer mechanic hits that. So I think I want to actually kill this. This is the one that's doing damage to me right now. If I stay moving, the other one won't be able to hurt me at all. That's a much better way to do this target. I can kill these two right here. Heck, I could even just retreat and come back in a little bit different. But I don't think I can get up to the outside on these. Nope. So I suppose you want to come in at the very left if you can, or at least send a few ships off that way and go around. Make sure to stay out of the range of this one, though. Let's see, starting the target wasn't too bad here. We were able to run in, avoid this, stay moving to avoid that one, and jump into the right side here seemed to work out. Now, of course, to get into this bottom right side, I'm going to need to kill this one. Okay, that's not too bad. I am taking damage from the one turret I'm killing, but not too bad there. This might actually be close to instant repair. Okay, let's go ahead and loop back to grab the ones we didn't quite kill all the way. Now again, this red turret's firing at me, but hopefully it doesn't actually do any damage. We can maybe check that with the retreat timer, except I'm firing off mortars, which are pretty slow moving. Okay. Not too bad so far. I can loop in and kill the short range turret. Actually, I can't. Have to run to the back corner again. Now that these ones are dead, let's jump inside the minimum range. That should be fine. except I'm in the range of that one. So I get inside both of their minimum ranges, and good for the moment. Alright. I killed most of the threatening bits down here. Just be this one. The silo right here really won't do anything. Stay moving and get inside right here. Perfect. I said perfect, but the flag still took a lot more damage than everything else. Well, let's see what the damage report looks like on this guy. A little bit of ballistic, a little bit of radioactive, 8% resisted there, 5% resisted there. So more damage was from radioactive sources. 8 minutes of repair time here on the second time I've hit or seen this target. That's not bad at all. Well, let's see if that's instant repair or not. If so, that's a pretty good result, although again, I am at U3, although in sort of contrast to that, I do only have 4 ships. Not quite instant repair. We'll go ahead and throw a coin on that. And let's see what we have in terms of the 500 target, which is another one of the new things. Alright, 500 looks like a much bigger target, a lot more interesting things going on in this one. We do have the regular turrets that are popping up, and holy cow, a bunch of things pointing like the wrong direction at me. Don't want to get too close to these ones. Let's sneak around back. I'm going to use the blue weapon here just to kill this one while I'm out of range of everything else. I say that right as I go into range. Projectile speed looks about the same on these ones as it does on the others. But let's go over here and just take out the things we can on the outside without taking damage. Okay, we'll go on the side here, we'll get hit by a few things, and what do we have here? I'm just going to try to stay moving a little bit. I don't like how the things aren't popped up all the way. Okay, can I actually do damage to these guys? Don't think so. Well, let's get the 2 short-range turrets out of the way. It looks like you could probably come around the bend all the way if you wanted to. So if I just click back here, I should be safe. Not too bad. And let's see what we have up the middle here. Hide down in the left corner. See what happens there. I'm getting hit by a few things. Should be able to stop safely inside this minimum range. Not quite. I really wish these fire arcs displayed on by default. I'm getting hammered on my flagship. Hey, at least this target gives a lot of points, right? Yeah, look how much damage my flagship's taking. And the others have a pretty big amount too. That's not great. Okay, not the best run. 2 coins of repair. I don't really know how often I'll actually be hitting that particular target. We can give it a second run and just see what happens. We've got a little bit of time, why not? That I've seen it once, can I do better than 56 minutes of damage? I think I decided it's pretty possible to go off to the right. I just have to avoid getting hit by these two. Maybe we have that same bug as we did in Pillage, where you just kill 2 things, you get points for the whole target. Should we try it? I'll stop right here and snipe out that one short range guy. Maybe I go to the outside too and just get this one. The Pierce can probably take down both of these turrets at once if I go on from a direct range. But that's a lot of driving for the target, so let's see. Okay, Pierce takes out, looks like it's going to take out both of them. Hopefully in 2 hits, although it might not quite be in 2 hits. Nope, I need the fish ship to do 2 hits. That's kind of disappointing. Because that means I could hit by an extra volley worth. Well, hey, there's a little technique for you. Use the Pierce. Let's see if we can do that same thing on the left side of the target here. Getting shot up by that red guy, and I can just outrange this. Nothing really to pierce. Okay, now that he's dead, let's run inside the target. I think I determined if I just click right here, I'll be safe. Because this is a long range. I'll skirt to the left of these two. I should be fine. Yeah, look at that. That's not bad. Okay, now we can come back and go around to the right if we wanted to and grab these two. And let's go into this top left corner. Oh no, radioactive turret got me. Again, I wish it showed the ranges on these guys. Try and actually hit the ones that are doing damage to me. At least when you're in range, these things do die pretty fast. Oh man, these two turrets I didn't clean up are going to get me now. Well, let's see what's up here. Just 3 ones with a pretty high minimum range. Can the Pierce reach that big turret? Actually, I bet you the Pierce can reach this guy. There's a technique for you. Bam, look at that. So in 3 volleys, I'll take out these 2 turrets and avoid getting hit by this one. Just like I did on the other side of the little channel right here. And let's go in a little bit closer. Oh, right into the range of the radioactive one again. Look at me go. I'm nothing if not consistent. Okay, I have to run in front of them to kill the, maybe I don't. Maybe I sit right here. If it dies in 1 volley, I'll be okay. Stay moving. Hopefully that lands behind me. I can't really tell. And that's going to be pretty close to 56 minutes damage again, isn't it? Alright, what do we have here? 35, that's a lot better than 56. It's not great. I can put 1 coin of repair on this one pretty easily, can't I? I do have 6 days left. I can get 6 build tokens and speed that guy up. Defensive Edge TLC, which looks like it doesn't really have any upgrades that would be helpful. Now, I guess the question is, there one ship that has 5 minutes of repair on it? No, probably not. Let's see, not too bad. Should we dare to check the leaderboards to see what people are getting on there? 152 million already? I'm 35th globally, that's pretty good. For my sector. I wonder, how many points did I get? I don't know if I get my... well, I guess we'll try the 600 now. With the Impaler, I did hear that these are not paying out the correct points. I think I do only have 4 of them anyway. Now, yeah, I am hearing that the 600s are paying out like 27.5k points, not all of them. Okay, the yellow piss clouds are once again here. Now, I didn't really do too much of this particular raid series, so I don't know exactly what's going on here all the time, but we'll just start on the outside, pick off these guys, see what happens. If I recall, I just need to kill the priority targets, but there aren't any priority targets showing on here. I think this guy may or may not actually spawn in more of his little ships. Yeah, here come more waves spawning in. I suppose maybe you need to wait for the whole target to kill all the points, but that would be unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can't press 0 on the screen right now and get them to target a bunch of guys each. Not really working for some reason. I guess the question is, what do I actually need to kill the end of the target, because there's no priority guys. I can't tell necessarily if something started the battle or not. I know these 3 should be the last ones. But do I get extra points for killing these 2? Alright, target's over. Let's make sure we screenshot our point and send in a ticket and wait about 3 weeks for a reply. A lot of explosive damage taken, a little bit of concussive, 28.725k points. And of course I'll blitz that, just kidding. Well, screenshot that, I'll have to file a ticket. I don't think I'm going to have to bother with the 600 and 500 this raid. This 500 looks pretty good. The 600 just doesn't look very nice at all. Let's see if we can't get an instant map run, probably using a Sea Serpent's crew on the 100 and 101. On the 100 and the 101. I think it should be pretty possible. Of course, that does require actually a roll of Sea Serpents, which I'm sure is riveting for all of you. Suppose I could just buy one. Oh, lucky bastards, that's what I wanted. Sea Serpents. It's on my list of things for Kixeye to do to make this crew rolling process a little easier. There's a white flash right there. After the crew pops up, it pops up in a white flash. I wish they would get rid of that to make this animation between crew rolling just a little bit lower. If not, let me auto roll and select which ones I want. Say I want a steelhead, a sea serpent, whatever, and deplete that amount of uranium before I get one. You know, and just take a second to roll each crew, or a tenth of a second to roll each crew, rather than having to click on it and wait and see what pops up and see what doesn't. Of course, you'd be limited by your uranium and a few other things, but it doesn't really matter too much now, does it? Dagger is working in the 100s. I don't know, Darren. I wouldn't really expect them to, but again, you could outrange things. Let's try it. Why don't we give that one a try? I think my Dagger Spine fleet's actually pretty upgraded. Don't know offhand if they're going to be tiered limited. I know it's only Siege, but I don't know what tier it's limited to. These should be 12.5 holes anyway, so... Just want to see serpents. There we go. Let's try the dagger spines. See what results we get with those. Dagger spine in the 100. That's a damage target. I'm not going to steal that one. I totally could, but I'm not going to. Alright. 101. 2 101s. I just want level 100 Kixeye. Yep, they're limited to tiers 11 and 12, so this goes in fine. Now this is radioactive, it is longer range, so there are a few benefits and a few negatives, but let's see what happens. Now I'm not going to be able to outrange these guys, but didn't think I'd be able to. I think I do have a high evade flagship on this one as well. Pretty low damage, is going to take a long time to kill things. Not forever, but longer than the other ship. And the Rampage. Okay. I'm going to be in range of this one. So the disadvantage of needing to take longer to kill things, if I have to shoot at this turn a whole bunch before I can get close to the other one. I guess the shockwave's kind of nice. They're working. Come on. Get out of that guy. Darren, I think you're on something here. Alright, can you get through the rest of the target fine? Yeah, you just have to go sit in the middle right here. There is guaranteed damage. You obviously can't outrange these. You just have to get inside the minimum range. So if you happen to somehow, like Darren says, not have the Rampage, but have an X1 fleet of the Dagger Spines, they're working pretty well. Alright, let's check out the damage on this one. 10 minutes. It's better than one of my runs, isn't it? So you can do the 100 for an instant base repair with the tier 12 instead of the tier 12.5 fleet. Nice. Well, let's try the 101. that 100 again. Alright, I think we probably should do the same thing where we go off on the outside and grab these things from here. I'm again getting hit by this, but that's not, it's not the worst problem ever. Down here, get out the way. Yeah, tank with my flagship, Rampage, and just drive these other 4 Dagger spines or something. That's working pretty well. Now again, we're going to have a little bit of difficulty here with actually needing to go in there and kill some things because they are, a little bit harder. Okay. And stop right here for a little bit. Killed, 3 turrets here. Probably go back to this one. Unfortunately, these things don't quite kill it very easily. Sneak in here. Oh, right into range of the thrower. It's working, it's not taking too much damage. Actually, I am getting hit by that shockwave turret. Duck down here. Should be safe. Maybe I should be making better use of these fuel silos. It takes a lot longer to kill the turret this way, so I don't think I can recommend this. And you should take more damage with this anyway. Oh, right into range of the short range guy. Didn't really notice him. Alright, not horrible. You can use dagger spines in the 100 and 101. It's, it's possible. It's like damage, zoom in a little here, 25% ballistic resisted, 9% radioactive resisted, so more ballistic. 22 minutes, more of that's going to be on flagship, so not great. Works better in the 100 than the 101, although obviously with the bonus, if you're using this technique, it's definitely better to do both. Well, let's get a Sea Serpent crew on, and see if we can run through the targets here for instant base. I just want to steal this one here, finish it off, because no one else is going to. And maybe we'll check to see what happens if you just hit a part of the target. You know, do you get the full points anyway? Probably not. See, look how much faster that stuff kills it. Nope, no shot. Alright, let's finish out this guy. Get inside the minimum range. Same with these two. And click the very center. Well, that looked like it was basically no damage, again, for that partial target. Alright, let's see what we got here. 100, full damage, full target. See if we can get it down easy. First three turrets are just about down, and of course the other guys did pop up. I want to focus on, I want to kill the short range one, get into the back corner here, kill that guy. Now the dumbfire one here is going to shoot at me, try and move away from him a little bit, just inside the minimum range, and stop. Jump up to get the right here. Get the thrower. This guy shoots at you, which I was hoping to avoid. Get inside the minimum range of these three. Once I'm in there, I can jump up to the top of this target, inside the minimum range of these two. This is going to be over 5 minutes, I think. And click right here. 100's a pretty nice target. Hey, there we go. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this guy. Granted, I'm at E3. Maybe if I'm at U1, I have a harder time. But I usually have a few ships at X1 at this point. You know, just one ship. I don't this time. Damage, 8 minutes. Well, that's instant repair. Let's try a 101. Boy, that guy wasn't trying to hit it. Suppose I shouldn't even bother going for these guys, because I'm just going to go to the outside first anyway. Suppose my question is, can I get in this very back corner here? Probably not. Nope. Well, some damage. I can probably avoid just that one. And let's get this guy first. Actually, you know what? He should be doing no damage. Let's get the other one. And then hit him. Back to the big guy. And inside the target now. Okay, grab the ones at the entrance. Now we're going to head up towards the middle here. Again, cutting hard right pretty early. I do want to kill this, and then hard right. The outside here. Hit this one, it's doing damage to me. Should be good to see right there. Perfect. Oh, no, no, no. Was just barely in range of that red guy. And do you think it's worth grabbing this one a little bit? Yeah, that's the way to do it. Now back up. We'll go hit the silo, see what that does. A little bit of something. Stick the outside of the thrower. Probably a better way to do that corner. That's not quite as good as I wanted it. We'll have to play around with this, and I'll post a video of it when I get it down. It could be another 2 tries. And hey, that's not bad. That's probably close to 5 minutes on the flagship, if I'm guessing. Go to damage, ballistic 9, radioactive 5, 10 minutes total. Let's check that out here. No, not even close to 5. That's like 8, 7.5. Well, hey, there we go. Well, that's my preview here of the raid. I'll get a few videos going and do something more on the build, something on the target, something on the prizes, and videos on each of these, and then the 101 and the 100 with the dagger spines as well, and do something else with that. I hope you enjoyed the raid preview here. Good to be back doing another one of these. It's actually been about 11 months since I've done one, maybe 10 months here, but it was good to do a quick look at the raid and a few things in there. Hope you were able to pick up something useful here, and this video is sponsored by the channel members here, the people whose names appear on screen now. They're the ones who have clicked the join button and are a channel member, which really just helps keep the channel running here and keeps me around making some videos. With that said, and until next time, this is going to be Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.